Feliz 5 de Mayo and Mexican fans. I prove myself today. I'm the best. I'm the best in my version. And Eddie here. And sorry, I broke your plans with Gennady Golovkin maybe. And
now you got the 4 straight rounds, Kenneth. You got the 4 straight rounds given to Canelo, the guy who you want to win. Now, why did you give 4 straight? Well, here's one possible reason. In boxing, if there's a unintentional headbutt or whatever, elbow, whatever the hell it is, that forces one fighter not to continue, and it happens in the first 4 rounds. The magic number. It happens in the first 4 rounds, Kenneth. The rule is you go to the scorecards to see who's ahead. So they covered that base. Then just say again, crazy. Teddy crazy. Okay. And now,
I gotta be honest, I hadn't even thought about this angle ever before, but this is good. This is really good.
I got your attention, Kenneth.
Now, you got me. Yeah.
What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. You guys heard it from the man, trainer Teddy Atlas, worked with Mike Tyson, Tim Bradley in his career. He also worked with Alexander Vodstick, who sparred with Canelo Alvarez. The Canelo Alvarez Cardgate. You heard it here first on Boxing Ego. So that was Teddy Atlas, and he brought up a very good point. He's saying that Canelo Alvarez, they had their bases covered. What does he mean? So just to give you guys my interpretation and my breakdown using my words, we all know when the judges said it was 115 to 113 that it was some BS. Dmitry Bivol beat the out of Canelo. Like, he won so clearly that the fight wasn't even close. Oscar De La Hoya said this. You guys just heard it. He says Bivol beat Canelo about 9-3, right? He also says that Canelo Alvarez, 10 out of 10 times he'll lose to Bivol because styles make fights. And yet and still, somehow, some way, if we look at the judges' scorecard, the first 4 rounds were scored for Canelo Alvarez easy, as if Bivol wasn't even in there. Now, going into this fight, myself and others have been hip to Canelo past fights. Edislandi Lara, fights with Triple G, famous. Hell no, guys, and Max. Floyd Mayweather, one of the judges, CJ Ross, scored it as a draw. And Floyd knew he had whooped Canelo. So Floyd, if you guys watched that particular post-fight when Floyd is getting dressed because he had just mopped up Canelo and schooled him, Floyd mouths the words, what the F, because he knew they were trying to rob him. So it just makes you wonder what happens if Canelo did better versus Floyd. Because we all know the fraternity of boxing, old media and stuff, they wanted Floyd to lose to somebody. Ricky Hatton, anybody, Cotto, De La Hoya, Canelo, Victor Ortiz, and it never happened. So, you know, it's a lot of underhanded stuff at play. Now, to add insult to injury. So let me actually first get through Teddy Atlas, what he's saying. So what Teddy Atlas is telling you is, in the rules of boxing, if there is an accidental headbutt and it opens a cut, so blood's profusely pouring in somebody's eye, then if the fight is under 4 rounds, or actually if the fight has went 4 rounds, they go to the scorecards, right? And then based on whoever's ahead at that given time, that would be the victor of the contest. So just to put you in the mind frame of this and give you a real-time example, Tyson Fury versus Otto Wallin. If you remember that particular heavyweight fight in Las Vegas, similar thing. Tyson Fury had a very nasty cut, and Tyson Fury having that cut, he was somehow tipped off by ESPN, which I don't even know if they're supposed to do, but ESPN sent an ESPN reporter to Fury's corner and tipped him off and said, hey, they got you down on the scorecards. You're down. So if they stop this fight, then you'll lose based on losing the scorecards. And then if you notice from that moment, Tyson Fury started leaning and fighting on the inside, and he tried to turn up, and he did turn up on Otto Wallin. So that would be a great example of a fight where somebody had a nasty cut and they were losing the fight, and the star fighter Tyson Fury in that equation, you know, the guy who they wanted to win, A side, he would have been, you know, no longer undefeated, and that would have been before the second Wilder fight. So they couldn't have that, so they tipped off Tyson Fury, and the rest is history, and the fight went the distance in the end. So same thing here. What Teddy Atlas is saying is that Canelo Alvarez, they were rigging the cards, and it was basically fixed. So in the event that you have, you know, a taller guy and a shorter guy, if there was a cut, they have all their bases covered, where Canelo would automatically be given the lead because they gave him a 4-0 lead no matter what, regardless of what was actually happening. So basically like a pre-filled card, or they wrote it down as they sat down, or whatever the case is. So basically Canelo wasn't supposed to lose here. Now, some people are gonna be like, oh, Ego, this is a conspiracy theory. You and Teddy Atlas are crazy. But what's crazy about it? How does this keep happening to the same man, Canelo Alvarez? How are we all, millions of people, you know, at least in the replay and the highlights, and all these people are watching the fight? His old promoter, De La Hoya, is saying he lost. I'm saying he lost. And not only are we saying he lost, and Teddy Atlas said he lost, people are saying he lost and he won no more than 3 rounds. So it's literally, this is Eddie Hearn and Rematch Room. This is what's happening on DAZN's watch, and it looks very fishy. Listen to this. How did he have a 4-0 lead on anybody's scorecard, let alone all 3 judges' scorecard? But a lot of people, fair, unbiased fans, don't even think Canelo won more than 3 rounds, right? I'm gonna say that again. How did he have a 4-0 lead at any point, and some people don't even think that he won 4 rounds? For me, I only gave Canelo 2 rounds. Some people gave him 3. The most I really seen is probably 3. That you can really give Canelo. It was an abysmal performance. So if Canelo didn't really win more than 2 or 3 rounds, how did they have him winning 4-0 if this makes no sense? Enter Canelo payday. You want payday? Cardgate. Now, let me double down. I got a video coming. This is why you guys got to subscribe to my channel. I got a dedicated video coming about this, what I'm about to unleash. But since I haven't put it out, it will be news to a lot of you guys who come to me for your boxing. Like, listen, in the world of boxing, I'm the best. I give you the boxing news, views, lives. We have some fun here. In the last 30 days, 50% of the people that watch my content subscribed, so thank you. The other 50% did not. You could change that right now and hit the subscribe button. Worst case scenario, if you don't like the content, you can unsubscribe. I put out boxing every day. This is what we do. And it really helps others who are trying to get the information. Tip off the YouTube algorithm. Let them know you're here. Like and subscribe. Share the video. These things showing engagement, it really go a long way so others can get the content. Now, another reason why this is very, very plausible, Canelo Cardgate, is because my man Ranger Rollins posted this. If anybody thinks that Bivol is taking it too far by rubbing it in, that he messed up Canelo's and rematch room's plans, I've been told by several sources that there were rehearsals or a rehearsed announcement for Canelo versus Golovkin 3 that was supposed to take place live in the ring after Canelo Bivol. Mad disrespect. So if you remember in fight, Bivol, he literally said, hey, Eddie, I break your plans. He says something to this effect: I broke your plans. Sorry, I messed up your plans, because he knows that they were already doing the Canelo and Golovkin fight. They looked at Bivol as a stepping stone. They looked at Canelo as a god. They thought Canelo couldn't lose this one. So they were already planning the next thing, which was, it was a fight with Gennady Golovkin. And they were trying to ensure that Canelo didn't lose based on anybody's scorecard. That's why they gave him a 4-0 lead. But then after it became so painstakingly clear that this was one of the worst nights for Canelo, they had no choice but to not rob Dmitry Bivol, because it would have raised too many red flags. It would have raised too many eyebrows if Canelo looked as bad as he did and they somehow said it was a draw or said he won. I mean, this would be viral on Twitter. Every news station would be talking about it, because we just had finished watching the fight and we seen that Canelo Alvarez lost. So Canelo Alvarez was forced, and the judges were forced to not fix the fight and keep it real. If you need more examples of Canelo payday, Glovegate, here, the Las Vegas Journal. So it's a media company from Las Vegas. It says Las Vegas front runner for the Canelo versus Triple G. This was days before the actual fight, but I got a dedicated video coming about it. You don't want to miss it. Canelo Cardgate. They were trying to rig the fight, fix the fight so that Canelo Alvarez won, but it just so happened Dmitry Bivol had other plans. Oh my gosh, Cardgate is alive. Stay tuned and subscribe. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We work it.